Brighten up those already bright mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lekter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Morning, everybody. Ollie with you. Friday morning. That's exciting. Windy as all heck out there. In Yellowknife, at least. It is crazy windy. Almost blew myself away just getting into the studio. Now, do you ever spend a little too much time in a Facebook comment section? I'm sure that has been known to happen. And that certainly was the case for me yesterday afternoon. I'm on a detox this morning, just allowing myself to breathe a little. Calm blue ocean, except not the blue of Facebook. Not today. Maybe we'll just spend 24 hours just not going there. Mr. Wheeler has wandered in. Morning.
It looks like we started a little early this morning, Ollie.
10 seconds early, yes.
10 seconds early. That is too early.
Do you ever spend too much time in a Facebook comment section?
I actually thought this was pointed when you started talking about it. I walked in and maybe you just plucked it out of thin air.
No, it's nothing to do with you, but do you?
Yes, absolutely.
And how do you get yourself out of that?
I don't.
Ah, that's my problem.
Yeah. No, I just kind of dip my toe in every day. Every once in a while, I'll go hip deep. But most days, I'll dip my toe in, yeah.
Okay.
It's just so easy sometimes. I mean, I know that the rage is kind of going nowhere, but I don't know.
It's other people's rage. That's my issue. Other people's misguided rage.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Happy Friday, everybody. It's plus 1.9, but the wind chill has it down to like -2. It's pretty windy out there. Wheeler once again in the driver's seat, and wanted to talk about this because we're seeing a lot of it on Facebook. A couple of us have gotten the message. Who's getting that late night booty text from Sarah the Conservative?
Hey-o, it's Sarah from the Conservative Party.
What? WYD.
What you doing?
You up? You up for the Conservatives, bet?
So, can the Conservative Party count on your support in the next federal election?
No.
Reply, yes, no.
Maybe so.
It says in the text.
Yes.
That I think anyone with an 867 number
Yes.
got yesterday. It's like the Conservatives suddenly found 867.
I thought
Because this was a story like a month ago everywhere else.
Absolutely.
And it's like the Conservatives were like, so we did the whole of Canada? We definitely did the whole of Canada.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, the North. The North.
Oh, dang it. I thought robocalling was like a huge no.
Depends how you do it.
I guess.
What? The reason this is legal
This is the only white-sounding name that the Conservatives could come up with. Sarah. Just go with Sarah.
It's a random number generator.
Yes.
So, because they're not, my understanding is, my understanding is a little shaky, so I could stand to be corrected. My understanding is that
and you will be on Facebook.
Oh, I will. My understanding is that because it's generating random numbers and not using like a specific block of real people's numbers that they know for sure, it's somehow fine.
No, it's not. It's terribly annoying.
So, yeah, it does. I mean, like, I want to be very clear. No matter which political party you are, I don't want a text message from you asking, like, can we count on your support? Guess what? You'll find out.
Yeah, exactly. The one time I worked in a call center for 3 hours one morning, I was doing that. It was wild.
Hang on.
I was
for 3 hours.
For 3 hours one morning. Yeah.
As in, like, one shift, 3 hours long.
No, not even a full shift. No. No, I made about 20 calls, got told to F off about 5 times. And
did.
And the last time I was like, you know what? I don't think this is for
so
me.
you weren't cut out for that.
No, I was not cut out for it. But
I'd much rather be on the other side of that fence. Come on, Sarah.
I was in Burnaby, and we were making calls into Alberta, into northern Alberta. Can the Wild Rose Party count on your support? Basically,
you were making the calls, for the Wild Rose Party.
Mm-hmm. Well, because they had hired out just some basically an illegal operation to do their calling for you. Because this was a call center that was like a temporary call center, so they were when you started, you would do these cold calls, you would do these calls for surveys or whatever, and then you moved into sales. And at the time, the person I was seeing had that job, and just thought I needed a job, even though I was working a lot. And
you would have been doing a lot of acting.
I was.
Right? And so did you bring any of that to your role for the Wild Rose Party?
No.
Did you look at any accents?
No.
Did you look at any sort of dramatic effect?
When you're calling in northern Alberta, don't use an accent.
Hello, I'm calling.
Yes, hello. I believe I'm calling about the Wild Rose Party. Can they count on your support, please?
I mean, after a while, I just wouldn't be able to resist because it must be such a soul-destroying job.
It destroyed my soul within 3 hours.
Yeah.
It destroyed my soul enough that I was like, I don't think this is for me.
So, like Sarah, you could have just texted. I mean, no wonder she's just texting.
That's
it's way
right.
easier.
It's way easier.
Well,
she
it's
could just
lazy.
You
Really.
just kind of you can just kind of picture her on her couch. Not much to do that night. Just kind of reaching out, seeing what's up.
And that's the thing. I
Tendrils
feel
up
like
there.
if I had gotten a personal call from Sarah,
Yeah.
I might have taken some time to think about it.
Not at all.
Not
Well,
Jen-
because we
not
could
if-
have had a conversation. I could have been like, Sarah,
Let's start a dialogue.
Why should I support
Yeah,
the Conservative
absolutely.
Party? Can you give me some good points? But no, it's just a text like, hey, it's Sarah. Can we count on your support? Yes, no, whatever. I don't care. Really. Just trying to make my money.
Hashtag bless life.
Honestly, if anyone ever texts me and sets out my options underneath the text for replying,
It's like when you're asking a girl out with a piece of paper and a pencil, like in class.
Yes,
Will
please.
you go to the dance with me? Yes.
Yes.
No.
No.
Maybe.
please delete as applicable.
Lower those eyebrows, mister.
Both of them.
Yeah, so I reported it as spam.
Yeah, absolutely.
I-
It is spam. Doesn't matter. Yeah, again, doesn't matter which party's texting you. That is spam.
Did you actually hear about people getting late night texts from Sarah? Was it like a different version for like the evening? Did it get a little blue?
It got a little blue, yeah.
After 9 p.m.?
Hey, it's Sarah.
Thinking about you a lot
thinking about-
lately.
I'm thinking about you, and I was wondering if you were thinking about me and the Conservative Party. We're just sitting here.
Could use a little
Bored.
support,
Little
companionship.
support,
Company.
companionship. Oh God. Oh God.
I'm wearing something very sheer tonight.
Yeah. Oh, it's not going to get any better than that.
Yeah,
Let's go to
end
a
the
song.
show.
If you get a text, you know what? Actually, if you get a text, share it with us. Send it a message, screenshot it, whatever. Send us your replies as well, because there's been some interesting replies. And then apparently Sarah just goes, okay, I'll take you off the list.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast where we cut out all the great music and you're left with the rest.
It's Mother's Day coming up on Sunday.
And what better time
Is it Sunday?
to play a Rod Stewart track?
What better time to play? My mother loves Rod Stewart.
I was just thinking, moms love Rod Stewart.
They do, because, well, I mean, like back in the 70s, like Rod Stewart was
Rod the Bod.
the man.
Yeah.
That man was he's crazy.
Have you heard him talk now?
No.
He like barely has a voice.
Well, yeah, because he sang raspy for like 4 decades.
Probably still performs.
Probably still does. Probably can still sing. Like it's like the muscle memory and stuff like that can get in there. But like
it still sounds exactly the same
Yeah.
when he sings, but when he talks.
Rod Stewart. I can't speak anymore. It's not a big deal.
Oddly enough, my mom has never liked Rod Stewart.
My
my
mother
knowledge.
does like Rod Stewart, but she once told me that my father hated him so much.
Well, of course, jealous.
Yeah, jealous. That's what it was. Just so petty. No, I remember one time that If You Think I'm Sexy came on the radio. No, it wasn't. It was Maggie May.
Okay.
And
that song.
I love that song too. And my mother was like, "Oh, your father hated this song."
Yeah.
I was like, that's funny.
It's such a polarizing song for some reason. People either love it or they hate it. There's no, like, people are not like, yeah, Maggie May's all right. They either love it or they're like, the worst song ever. Oddly enough, I'm reading Ron McLean's autobiography right now.
This has nothing to do with
Maggie
Rod
May
Stewart.
is his favorite song of all time.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That is very strange.
Ron McLean's kind of a mom at heart, so
Yeah,
it makes
that's right.
sense.
Yeah, that's right. He is. He's got to take care of that kid he works
That's right, that crazy senile kid.
with. Well, I mean, yeah. He's either too old or 3 with the way he talks. Okay, so Mother's Day. Mother's Day's coming up.
Yes.
Your mother lives in Winnipeg,
Yeah.
and what do you have? What do you have planned for her?
Well, so yesterday, I decided that I'm going to order her some flowers.
You decided this yesterday.
Yeah. Yesterday.
Is that going to work out?
Apparently,
Oh,
yeah.
good.
Funny story, actually. So I Google Map just florists in Winnipeg,
Yeah.
and the thought was that so my parents live about 15 to 20 minutes outside of Winnipeg, actually. So. A lot of florists will do like, hey, if Mother's Day promotion, if you order by this time, blah, 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 this amount, you'll get free delivery.
Yeah.
And so I just always assume that doesn't really apply to my parents' house because it's kind of far out of the way. I wouldn't expect anyone to like make that trip to deliver it for free.
Yeah.
So I called this place, and it was where I knew in the approximate area where my dad worked, the closest florist to his work, so he could just then drive over, pick them up, bring them home when he's done at work today.
Yeah.
So I called them up, And I'm telling the lady, she's like, "Oh, we have a free delivery if you order, I think before noon today or something like that." Mm-hmm. And I was like, "Okay, that's really awesome." However, here's where my parents live. It's outside of the city, so I assume that's kind of not, that they wouldn't qualify for that. So she's like, "Oh, whereabouts?" I told her the road, approximately how far north of the city, and she's like, "Oh, do they live in this house?" And I was just like, "No." It's Lynn Letkeman. That's her name. She's like, "Oh, I don't know." But I live like 5 minutes away from her. She's like, "Is it near like the little church on Sturgeon Road?" It's like, "Yep, pretty close to there." She's like, "Oh, you know what? I'll just take them for free. I'll just take them on my way home and deliver them." So yeah, nice little Mother's Day gesture from this lady. So so I ordered her a bouquet of flowers, and now I've potentially ruined the surprise completely if my mom is listening right now.
Ah, happy Mother's Day, Scott's mom.
Yeah,
what's her name again?
Lynn. Linny.
That's a nice name.
Yeah,
that's a mom name.
It is a mom. It is literally a mom name.
Happy Mother's Day, Lynn.
What are you doing for your mom?
Well, I'm supporting a charity and also taking my mom to dinner.
You're supporting a charity?
Food First is having a special Mother's Day dinner over at Bullock's.
Oh.
And I booked that a few weeks back.
Okay.
And so Phoenix, myself, and my mother will be going to Bullock's on Sunday.
Very nice.
And now if she's listening, that surprise is ruined as well.
This is the plight of the radio.
That's exactly thus
surprise.
It ever was thus for radio people. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing on Sunday. Probably meet up with her a little bit before that. And it's trade show this weekend, so she'll be there. She's probably already made out her little name pre-filled out name slips for prizes. She walks around with those, and I was like, the first time I saw them, I was like, "Mom, that's silly." And now I'm like, that is a fantastic idea.
Gail knows how to do the trade show.
Absolutely. She is all over it.
Yeah.
So we'll be going to that on Sunday. So if you've got any special Mother's Day plans, you can let us know. Or if you want to rant about your mother, 867-675-0100. You know the thing about my mom is she doesn't appreciate anything. I kind of hope we get one of those.
That'd be fun.
That'd be great. So if you got special Mother's Day plans, or if this is your reminder that it's Mother's Day on Sunday, scramble, get something done.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast was recorded before a sort of live, thankfully not in the studio, audience.
It is trade show weekend. You know what that means. Prizes to be won. Boats to be ogled but not bought, because that is like a mortgage on a house. But also just getting around and seeing all the businesses in town that want to participate. And it's a great weekend. We love being down there, and we will be fully in the midst of the entire trade show all weekend long. If you find us, maybe we'll do a little chat about your business. What do you think of that?
You're not buying a boat?
No. God, no. Good Lord.
I've seen those sales figures you're pulling in at Ford there.
All right.
I think
all right. Don't put me on Front Street. That's not cool.
I think.
But the thing is, like what I want. I just want like a 16-foot Lund with a 40-horse kicker on her.
Yeah.
Like that's enough to pull someone on a water ski.
Yeah.
Not like a fast water ski, but it'll get you out of the water.
A
leisurely ski, which is all I want.
That's all we really want.
But that like a 16-foot Lund's like $15,000.
Yeah. Let's go together on it. Go ahead.
all right, sweet. Yeah. Tell you
cabin boat.
Ooh. You know what? Actually, I'm going to put this out here right now. If there is someone out there that has a boat that they are not using, we will take it off your hands.
The old, let's not buy a boat.
Let's get a free boat. Hey, it's worked for the furniture in this place. It's worked for pretty much everything that we have in this office.
It worked for a helicopter last year.
That's right.
I got this helicopter lying around.
If you want to give it to us, we'll just slap a logo on it. It'll be great. Can any of us fly one? No, but it's just lift versus drag and rotation. Come on.
We got the pilot thrown in.
That's right. Oh, my goodness.
If you're not using your boat and you could supply like a small crew.
A small crew for a 16-foot Lund. Like a very small crew.
Yeah.
Like one person. That'd be great. But just enough to get out on the lake a little bit, do a little fishing, you know?
Yeah. Do a little morning show live from Long Lake.
No, not Long Lake.
Not Long Lake?
Greenslave Lake. What are you talking about?
Oh, whatever. Any lake.
Any lake.
God. Except
What?
jackfish.
Except jackfish.
Gross.
You don't want to go in there. You get covered in brown sludge.
Well, the Mornings at the Cabin live on Niven Lake.
It's a small lake, but it's here. But no, it's trade show weekend. We are very excited. We're going to be down there all weekend long. Everybody's setting up today. I know Phoenix is setting up the Bella booth today, and everybody's getting all set up.
We're setting up the Bella booth?
Yeah, we're setting up the Bella booth, apparently. No, that'd be rephrased that. We're not setting up anyone else's booth.
No.
I got to work hard enough as it is just to get that armchair in there.
We are
for
booth
me.
14. Come by and visit. We got stickers. We'll have some merch. We'll be talking to people, right?
Yeah. All those things.
Yeah.
Buying food at the food trucks.
Now,
that's what we'll be doing.
Absolutely. Oh, I can't wait. Mini donuts, baby. Mini donuts.
Talking to people, though, is absolutely what we're going to be doing. Because we're going to go around, and this weekend, we're just going to go chat to everybody and get everybody on the air. That's the plan. If you've got a thing you want to promote, if your business is down there, come get on the air. It's going to be free. Yeah. We're not charging for any of that. We just want to chat to everybody. We think it's going to be really cool if you listen in.
Yes.
You're going to get a chance to, A, hear the usual awesome music that we play, but B, get a real sense of, who everybody is at the trade show and what's going on. There is going to be no better way to be across everything that is happening in Yellowknife than to listen in tomorrow afternoon from about 12 to 5.
There you go. I couldn't have said it better myself. Actually, I couldn't have said that at all because that was all new information to me. It wasn't. I will say this. I'm going to take this opportunity to tell you right now that we do have a schedule. My Saturday is filled quite up. So I'm just going to, I will be there when I can.
Hang on. The schedule, what? The schedule that we sent out, and I said to everybody, tell me by Tuesday if you can't do it.
That's right.
Yeah, that schedule.
That's not really how sales goes, though, because if I have people calling me yesterday and saying I have to come in on Saturday, I'll be like, okay, I have to do that.
It's the start of the month, still, you're fine.
I will do my best to get there by 1 o'clock.
Well, I think did we not assume that Jesse would be not really there Saturday?
I asked everybody when they wanted to do it.
And I said I could, and then I took last Saturday off, and I was going to take this Saturday off, but now my schedule is filling up. So I will do my best. And I will be there when I can, and I will be there.
Okay.
And Sunday as well. Okay. So now that we've got that argument out of the way, the trade show! Wonderful.
The trade show, come to our understaffed booth on Saturday afternoon.
It won't be understaffed. There's plenty of us.
Help yourself to much, because nobody will be there to oversee it.
Sign up for the Cabin Slow Pitch team. We will take anybody.
Wonderful.
If there would be a raffle for a boat, that's the one I'd enter. I mean,
There might be.
I hope so.
I don't know. That's a tough thing to give away for free.
It's not.
No?
It's not. How dare you? You can give away anything for free.
I mean,
watch how easy it is. I mean, we could always. Will there be a raffle for a truck?
Yeah. Maybe. Not from me.
It's a tough thing to give away for free.
Come on, guys. It's a lot. But a small boat. Just a small boat.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Little dinghy with a 40-horse kicker on it. All right, come visit us at the trade show all weekend long. I mean, you're going to be there. It's one of the biggest events of the summer, which is going to start very, very soon.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
We were talking about Mother's Day earlier, but and we wanted to get your what you're doing for Babs, but you have an idea.
He's pointing at me, everyone.
And this is based on everybody knows that your mother's name is Babs. Like, she's part of the show. She's listening right now.
Oh, yeah.
Probably playing video games and listening.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. But you have a great idea for her, and it's all based around that wacky soccer thing you love so much that's going on in Europe right now. There's Champions League. There's UEFA League. There's the Bundesliga. There's another one, and there's other ones too.
Oh, ignorance. So Bundesliga... Bundesliga is just a German word for their top league. It's a German league.
Top Liga.
So the top Liga is actually Norwegian.
Oh God.
Which funnily enough is the Norwegian for top league.
Top Liga.
So
Okay. So there's which championship is going on right now?
Okay. So this is the Europa League final.
Uh-huh.
And the reason I bring this up. Don't worry, Mother. I'm not actually intending sending you to this as a Mother's Day present, largely because it's not Mother's Day in the UK.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
When is Mother's Day in the UK?
Is
there a Mother's Day?
No, they don't have one. They don't believe in mothers there.
We don't. It was in March.
It was in March.
Yeah.
I see.
Father's Day is on the same day, both countries. Mother's Day, 2 or 3 months apart.
Why is that?
No idea. It's really inconvenient. Yeah. Because it's blooming difficult to remember the British one because there's no reminders here.
No, absolutely not.
So,
why would there be?
Why would there be, right?
Yeah.
So, you get
except for all your British friends that you still have on Facebook.
Both of them.
You really left your country behind.
and so yeah, there's no real queues like there are here, where
Yes.
everybody obviously advertises more than anything. Like,
Well,
Mother's
it's a
Day,
huge
Mother's
part
Day
of the,
coming
yeah,
up.
it's a big part of the economy.
Yeah. So, there's lots of queues here. So there are certainly a few of the past few years where I have just shot straight by British Mother's Day and then had to backpedal frantically and grovel accordingly. As to which I apologize, Mother. But anyway, the thing I wanted to bring up about this Europa League soccer game is it's the final of the competition. It's a pan-European competition, but it happens to be that the two teams in it are both English.
Yes.
In the final. And they're both from London, and their home stadiums are about, at most, 10 kilometers apart.
And the teams are Chelsea and
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Right. Arsenal.
Yeah. That makes more sense.
Yeah, like the amount of comedy I bring to the show, an Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. And speaking from your Arsenal as well.
There you go. So these are the two teams in the final, but because it's a European competition, at the start of the season, they decide on a neutral venue for whichever two teams are going to be in the final. This year's neutral venue is Baku, Azerbaijan.
I didn't even realize Azerbaijan was in Europe.
I would say it's got at best a tenuous connection to Europe, but
Just
you know what?
holding on.
For soccer purposes, it's in. So both these two teams at the end of May will go to Azerbaijan to play their final, despite the fact that they are based 10 kilometers apart. So all of their, you're looking at like about 60,000 fans are going to have to travel for this. It's about 4,000 kilometers. There are no direct flights. So you can either go via Istanbul, and it takes about 10 hours each way with
You mean
the
the
connection
Orient
time.
Express?
Do you know what? That is an option.
Yes, I know.
So train is an option. It's about a 4-day train journey.
That'd be fun.
And how many countries are you passing through there? You got a map up.
So I got a map up here. It's
quite the journey.
It's a 59-hour drive. The way you would do it driving is you'd go through the Channel Tunnel from London, which we haven't closed yet because Brexit hasn't happened, but I assume we just put a saw through that or something the moment that's
jam
done.
it up with helicopters.
And then
like
the UK just floats into the North Atlantic. Anyway, you go through the Channel Tunnel into France and then Belgium, then the Netherlands, then Germany. You go across Germany down to the south east corner, through a little bit of Austria, into Slovakia, then you drop down through Hungary, then you're going to go through a bit of Serbia, through Bulgaria, down and across into Turkey, then round Turkey into Georgia, just touch on Armenia, and into Azerbaijan for the game.
For one game.
Wow.
One game.
How many people do you think are going to do that? Do you think there's going to be a pretty strong contingent?
I imagine a lot of people will fly. I think it'll be a full sellout crowd.
Wow.
And you said there's not even a direct flight.
There are no direct flights.
Yeah.
So your best bet, bearing in mind that Baku, I mean, to give you an idea, if your Azerbaijan geographical knowledge is not great, people might vaguely remember where Baghdad is in Iraq from like the Gulf War and stuff.
From the two
wars.
It's
further east than that compared to. So when we say this is in Europe, it really is. So it's a ways. And yeah, there are no direct scheduled flights. You can go through Istanbul or Kiev. If you're very lucky, you'd get there in 7 hours. It's likely to take more than 10. But if you did it flying, even it's a 7-day wait for a flight back. So it would take you an 8-day trip for 90 minutes of football.
Wow.
And it's going to kick off because of European TV audiences. Even though it's in Baku, it kicks off at 11 p.m. local time.
Nice.
So in Baku, the game starts at 11 p.m. and would finish at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Wow. So it's at 11 p.m.
in Baku.
So they're doing that for the TV audience.
So that in the rest of Europe, which is a few hours back,
it'll be at
8 o'clock.
Yeah,
7 or 8 o'clock. So yeah, it's
that is going to be a crap game. That is going to be a crap game.
Sadly, the Orient Express doesn't really run the way it used to and wouldn't be much use for this. If you did it by
we
train,
don't really use that word anymore.
If you did it by train, it would be
Express.
It would be, even if you flew to Ukraine first, you would have to do like a 2-day train journey just from Ukraine. You need 11 changes. So for one sports game, you'd better hope it's a good game. As you're saying, it's going to be really disappointing if it's a 0-0 tie that has to be decided on penalties.
It's like 90% of soccer games. So.
Bearing in mind that as a final, it has to have a conclusion, so it would go to a shootout. Yeah. But even then, like, nobody wants to watch like the most boring 90 minutes plus extra time.
You're describing soccer.
No, you see, as Lekter will know, I've been on my campaigning pedestal all week about this because we had not one but two incredible soccer games
Yeah,
this
there
week.
was a really cool soccer thing that happened.
What happened
earlier this week?
Earlier this week. So you will probably have heard of Barcelona soccer team.
Barcelona.
Messi,
That is
where
in Spain.
Yes.
there you go.
Okay.
So
the
they-
92 Olympics.
Oh, look at you go.
Wow.
And the
I've
theme
been
and the
to
theme song
Barcelona.
for the 1992 Olympics was sung by
Oh, I don't know.
Freddie Mercury.
Really?
Barcelona. You never heard that?
No, I never.
Freddie Mercury sang it, and I'll play it at some point. Play it
well,
on Monster
there
Go
is-
this week.
there
It's an
is-
awesome track.
There are reasons that the songs for the Olympics don't become major hits.
Au contraire, my friend. That was an amazing song, but it was him and an opera singer together.
Luciano Pavarotti?
And it was amazing. No, a female opera singer.
Maria Callas.
Very possibly. Yeah. So Barcelona, pretty much the world's greatest soccer team
Yes,
of the past
absolutely.
decade or
Yeah,
two.
yeah.
And they were playing Liverpool, English team.
Yeah.
So semi-final of the Champions League, big deal. It's over 2 legs, so you play at home, then you play away.
Yeah.
Barcelona won the first leg 3-0. So generally, if you're 3-0 down to Barcelona after halfway through, you can pretty much forget it.
Yeah.
Liverpool managed to win the return leg 4-0.
Yes.
And get through. And it was crazy scenes. It was an incredible game. The following day, a team called Spurs did it and did the exact same thing where they were 3-0 down. I think it was even at halftime in the second game. They'd lost 3 goals and they managed to get 4 back in the second one and go through.
Wow.
And so basically we had 2 back-to-back nights where it was genuine, last-minute, huge drama, sensational stuff. So honestly, I stand by the fact that soccer is way more interesting than hockey.
Once again, though, aggregate scoring rears its ugly head because who cares how many goals you scored in the last game? Let's play this game. I hate that.
In theory,
Well, hang on.
I would,
Really?
Hate it.
In a game?
Hate it.
In a sport based on 7-game playoffs, we're going to be all about, who cares about the last game? Evidently hockey fans, because
Well,
they're best
who
of
cares
7.
how many goals you scored? Like, you could
Yeah.
lose
Okay.
game 1 10-0,
Okay.
but then win the next game 2-1, and that still counts as a win.
Yeah.
You don't have to be like, I have to score 11 goals in order to win this game. That's
Be way more interesting that way.
silliness. It's silliness.
It's just math, and I know that's a struggle for you guys.
It's not a struggle for me. I know what
You know,
math is.
You guys could just about do best of 7, but if it involves having to add or subtract any more than that, it's
Why the
tough.
entire European continent's falling
we
apart.
just don't like dwelling on our failures.
Yes,
all right,
that's
Ollie?
exactly right.
When we screw something up,
yeah.
we like to put it behind us.
We look forward.
Look ahead to the next
That's
game.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
So you're sending your mom to that. That's going to be great. Babs, you're going to Baku.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca.